Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty Nomad. Today I'm going to do yet another interview for my documentary, and I wanted to create a subtle, multicolored and multidimensional look for my eyes because I was kind of inspired by the artist that we're interviewing. His name is Alayo, and I think he's a bloody genius. Like, he is such an intelligent and talented man, and his artwork has this really dreamy quality to it. It kind of ends up featuring whatever colors he can find because this being Cuba, it's not like there's art stores at every corner and he can just buy in and buy whatever colors he wants. So on that note, I'm just going to use whatever colors I have in my makeup bag and throw them together to create this look. So of course to get started, I clean up my skin. I'm just using a very light tinted moisturizer. I get some concealer on in the right places so that I'm camera ready and touch up any blemishes. I break down some concealing tricks for on-camera work in this tutorial right here. Actually, you know what? Like, it's not just for on-camera work. It's like concealing tricks for anybody and everybody, not just people appearing on camera. So just click the link to view it, or you can check for that link in the description box as well. Time now to get my brows into shape to create the perfect frame for the eye makeup look a little bit later on. Now I'm going to lightly contour my cheeks with my bronzer to create some definition for the camera, and then place a bright pink blush over the top for a pop of color.
Rumba, rumba, rumba.
I have these two Laura Mercier caviar sticks, one in this purple burgundy color called aubergine and the other one in a blue color called sapphire, which you would have seen me use in my previous videos if you've been watching this series of looks from the road. So today I'm actually going to go ahead and use them both in slightly different places, the purple one on top and the blue under the eyes. And maybe I'll even end up layering them a bit on top of each other just to see what happens because, I mean, I don't know, I'm trying to be artistic, I've never done it before, so let's see what happens. I imagine that it's just going to end up turning into like a generically dark smoky color, which I don't mind because it'll end up bringing definition to the eye. But to start with, I'm just going to place the burgundy purple on top in a very smudgy outline around the eye and blend it out with my fingers. Next, I'll grab the blue and smudge that on under the eye with my finger, and then why not, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and layer it on top of the purple on my lids to see what kind of smoky color that turns into. As you can see, I'm using my fingers to very roughly shape all of those colors into a bit of a wing. I'll also use a brush to blend the two of those colors together. Okay, so I'm kind of just making this up as I go along, and I noticed that I need some deeper shadows in the outer crease of my eye so the shape of my eye is properly defined for on camera. And just a general tip, if you are ever appearing on camera, you'll find that you kind of have to make these little definition points more obvious because cameras tend to like wash it out. So I'm just going to use the same fluffy brush which I had just used before to mix the colors and tap on some dark brown shadow into that outer crease and just keep building up the color there. When I look down now, you can see how that's ended up shaping the eye. But because I don't want the whole thing to end up looking too muddy, I'm just going to go ahead and pick up this slightly rosy gold shimmer shade from my Chanel Enigma quad on my finger and just rub it onto the center of the lid and into the inner corner of my eye just to break up the darkness a bit. And I'm going to take it right under my brow bone so there's a bit of shine on the eye. Okay, perfect. I'm quite happy with what that's turned into. I think it's going to pick up nicely on camera. So as a final touch, I'm just going to line my eye with liquid liner and put on some mascara. As the actual final touch of color, I'm going to tightline with that burgundy caviar stick, blend things in, and I think my eyes are going to be totally ready to interview Alayo with and ask him all kinds of interesting questions about art and politics in Cuba. Just going to finish up the other eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I'm going to go multicolor and multi-layer on the lips too to see how that turns out. So I'm going to start out with my pinkish nude shade from Liz Wautier all over my lips. And then just to play up the color a bit more, I'm going to use my NARS Tau blush, which is the only other blush that I have in my makeup kit, and tap that over the top to see what color it becomes. As you can see, you can really play with whatever makeup you might have in your kit, even if it's a small kit, just to mix and match things and create all sorts of new colors. I know it's fun to buy new things and play with new trends, but sometimes if you're in a budget crunch, this is a great way to basically reinvent what you've already got. There are no rules with makeup. It really is like painting or art, which is something that drew me to like makeup artistry in the first place. I don't like the idea of just staying in one lane, which is probably why I have such a hyphenated career right now too, like researcher, producer, presenter, makeup artist. But yeah, like I think there's no problem with mixing and matching and making everything just work for you. I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready for another shoot with me today and have been enjoying this makeup series from On the Road. I have a whole playlist of how I've been using the same 25 products in different combinations over the last month, so check it out if you haven't already to see the full evolution and to see how I was able to stretch the same products in so many different ways to create all these different looks. It's really simple, and I think it can be a great help to anyone who is trying to make use of whatever products they already have in their makeup bags. I'm off to that interview now, and I'll catch you in my next video. Ciao for now. Bye.